you born?
I was born in Barnesville, Mass.
I was born in Center Falls, Rhode Island.
Okay. Were you born in a hospital?
No, at home. I was born at home.
I was born at home.
Too. How large was your family?
7 children, 4 boys and 3 sisters.
We had 7 children, 4 boys and 3 girls.
What did your mom and dad do for a living?
My mother was at home. My father was a foundry man.
My mother was a spinner, and my father was a weaver.
Okay. As a young child growing up during that time, what did you do for fun?
We played baseball, football, tag, and so forth.
We went to the playground, went swimming. That's about it, I guess.
Could you give me an example of what things cost back then? Like a new car?
Well, at that time, the Chevrolet, you could get it for $600, brand new. And cigarettes you could get for about 5 cents a pack.
Okay. Well, I'd say hamburgers, you can get 10 cents a pound. And, and the movies were 10 cents to get in. Yeah. And the restaurants, I can tell you, were 25 cents a meal in the restaurant. 35 a full course. Yeah, 35 cents.
What was the highest level of school you completed?
11 years.
That's great.
9.
That's great. Did they have anything there for fun? For example, did they have a football league or baseball?
Yes.
Or
They had the football, basketball, all the sports and field sports and that.
Mm-hmm. But we used to have plays like vaudeville shows and stuff like that. The kids were in that. Yeah.
Okay. How was your community affected by the Depression?
Well,
for example, high unemployment.
Oh, yeah.
The employment was very, very low. And most of the people were unemployed, of course, because at that time it was really hard to get a job.
Yeah.
Find a job, in fact.
Yeah. Either you were if you couldn't find a job, you were on welfare or WPA. And you got food from the state, and get shoes and clothes from the state.
Did you have a part-time or a full-time job?
I had a job. I had a full-time job when I was 16.
And what was it?
I was a whip tender in a textile mill.
And do you know how much you made?
$13 per week.
Mm-hmm. Well, I worked when I was 16, I worked in a radio shop making radio tubes.
Really?
Yeah. And we were getting 25 cents an hour.
How did your family cope with the economic times during the Depression?
Well, they had to do the best that they could.
Everybody was the same way like we were, so one wasn't better than the other.
Practically, they was all in the same boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had a struggle.
We just sit outside at night and, watch the people go by and all that, listen to radio. There's no TVs.
How would you compare life back then to life right now, in 1992?
It's much better now.
Oh, much better, of course.
Yeah.
Well, we have everything now. You have all your TVs here and your
Cars,
the games that they had, those
you can travel.
computers, everything and that. You can travel now and so forth.
Yeah.
Were you or anybody in your family aware of the threat which was posed by Germany and Japan? And if you were you concerned about it?
Well, I wasn't, but my mother was because she had family in Poland.
No, I didn't have anything.
Yeah. I mean, all her relatives were there, you know.
Yeah. Now, how has life in America changed during the war?
You could get work because it was all defense, so it was easy to get a job. But the food was all rationed. We used to have stamps for sugar, bread, milk, shoes. I was for the war because it had to be done. Because we were attacked, right? We had to be done, yes.
Okay. How did you find out about the war?
By radio and newspaper.
Newspaper. How would you compare it with the way that we got information in the war with Iraq?
Well, it's a lot better now. Easier. You get it day by day. We used to get it like maybe 3 or 4 days later, or a week later.
Now, Grandpa, you were in the Army.
I was in the Army, in the infantry.
Okay. Did you volunteer, or were you drafted?
I was drafted.
And how long were you in the Army for?
Oh, I was in there 3 years, 3 months, and 10 days.
Did you have any family members who were in the war? Yeah. So
I had 2 brothers that were in the war.
Okay, could you describe what you did during that time?
Well, we was on the front line. We hit the beach. We were the first wave, and in the Philippines. And from there on, we had to proceed, pressing forward. So we hit our, objective. And after we got that, then we was all happy.
Now, do you know where you were on VE and VJ Day?
Well, both times I was at home listening to the radio because we expected it, so we were waiting for the president to say the war is over.
Okay. What went through your mind when you heard that the war was over?
Just glad it's all over. Everybody will be coming back.
In your opinion, did America have to drop the bomb on Japan?
Well, they had to do it. They done it to us on Pearl Harbor, so we had to get back at them.
We had to shorten the war.
And shorten the war and save lives and everything.
Okay. Upon returning home, how were you treated by the public?
Very good. I was treated very good also in the States. We used to go to the restaurant or anywhere we went. We never had to pay for anything. The civilians would always pay our bill or have a beer or anything that they'd pay for it. They wouldn't let you spend a penny. Especially in Chicago. They were the good people there. They're good all over. But they were the exception there. Gee. Go in there, for breakfast or anything, they go right through the whole line. Whoop, whoop, hold it up, hold it up. I got that, I got it, I got it.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, it was good to be back home anyways.
That's about it.
Settled down and we got married. And we're still here.
Okay, then, thank you.
All right.